Hello everyone, and welcome to what is a slightly different video to what I normally post. Today I'm going to be playing Astride, which is a horse game that's in early access on Steam. Been playing it for a while, since it was first released. The specific version I'm playing today is version 3.24.2. This is a Patreon beta test version, so this isn't the current public version of the game. This is just for the Patreon testers right now. But the stuff I'm going to show in this video is the stuff that's going to be coming soon. If you want to get the game, it's on Steam, but some of the stuff that I'm going to show today isn't available just yet, but it is coming soon. So I've deleted all my save data and my horse data, and I'm basically just going to start from scratch and walk through what you're supposed to do, because a lot of people get confused, and also they've changed all the controls. So this new update that they're going to bring out at some point very soon, all the controls are different. They've changed the keys, so I'm going to be talking about how to actually play this new version. This is what it looks like when you first load in, if you're loading in for the first time. First thing you're going to want to do is go to the horse creator, and this is where you'll be able to change your pony. Currently in game, there are only 3 breeds. These first 3, you've got the Fjord, the Norwegian warm blood, and the Icelandic. In this version that I'm playing, we now have the Arabian. So this isn't out yet, but it will be very soon. It's very pretty. I really like the Arabian, so I'm going to be sticking with that. I'm going to make it as tall as I can, and the head shape, I'm going to make it slightly less pointed. So this is just changing how pronounced the nose divot is. Yeah, so you can see how it's changing that. I don't want it too noticeable. I still want it there. So 66 is about alright. You can still see it, but it's not crazy deep. Once you've done that, you go over to the coat selection, and this is where we can pick the horse's body colour. They're trying to make the genetics in this game as realistic as possible, so certain genes are locked to certain breeds. So for example, if you were to go and select the Icelandic and go here, you can get the silver gene or splash white. But if you go back to the Arabian, you'll notice that the splash white is not, it's grayed out, it's not available, because that's not a thing for Arabians. Same with silver, that's not an option. Later, you will be able to crossbreed between the breeds, so you can end up with a horse that looks Arabian but has the silver gene because it's not a purebred. That's not quite a thing yet, it's still a while away. That's how you're going to be able to get the different colours on different breeds. But for now, these are locked to specifics. So you pick your base coat, which every horse is one of the 3. They're either bay, black, or chestnut. I'm going to pick black. Oh, Robicano is the new genetic that they're adding for the Arabian. This is one that's like locked to the Arabian. This is new. It looks so nice. It's a recessive gene, so it only appears if the horse has both ticked. You can see it affecting the genetics here. Like if you just have it clicked once, it carries the gene, but it doesn't show. But if it has 2, then it has the visible marking. You can click to choose different variants of black. It's not just one solid black colour. Hair colour, because we've selected black, the only option is black. If you were to click chestnut, you get a bunch of choices. If you want a flaxen, like it's not here, you have to select the actual flaxen gene, but apparently that's not a thing for Arabians, which is interesting, because I've definitely seen flaxen Arabians. I wonder if they're not pure. I'm pretty sure flaxen is available for Arabians. Is that not a thing? Maybe I should bring that up to them. I feel like flaxen should definitely be a choosable option for Arabian. I'm not sure though. I'll have to look into it. But anyway, we're going to stick to black. I'm going to get rid of the Robicano actually. No, I'm going to see, because there are different variants to it. So if you go to the show gene option, this is where you pick like how it affects how much of it they have. It almost looks roan, but yeah, you can definitely see the lines there. Very nice. Or you can just have it a little bit. I like how it affects the tail as well. That's pretty nice. Doesn't affect it on that one though. That's interesting. But yeah, so that's the new gene that they're adding. It looks so nice. But I'm gonna actually get rid of that because I want a grey horse. So I'm gonna select grey, and again I'm gonna go to these, and this is where you pick how grey you want them. So this doesn't really do anything just yet, but if I lower the grey factor all the way down, pretty pony, and then move this up, it affects the dapples. If you want flea button, you have to turn the grey factor all the way up, and then you'll notice, I'll zoom in so you can actually see it. To visualize it, you need to put this up. This is how obvious it is. The opacity is how obviously you can see it. You can see the little dots. It's more noticeable on the face, like around the cheeks. Notice how there's no dots and then there is dots. And then obviously the opacity is like how faded and stuff they are, whether you can see them at all or not. But I don't want flea bitten, I just want a dapperly grey. There is also, I should have shown this originally, there is also a randomize button just here, these little dice. So yeah, it goes through like everything. You can see all the pretty options. I suppose I should probably show how to do Tobiano. So that's a thing that you have to have the warm blood for, and then you can select Tobiano. Again, you need to actually edit it. You go to the show genes and you get a bunch of options that you can pick between. So many things to choose. I haven't actually looked at some of the newer ones because they've added a lot more of these since I last went through with them. But yeah, you can literally pick everything. Okay, so that's how you do that. That's how this works. Then you go to the face markings. So these sliders affect how white the leg is, and it goes up for the highest point or down for the lowest point. And then face marking. So you can have no face marking. You don't have to have anything. You can have individual, which is where you choose to either have just a top piece, star, or if you get rid of it, you can have just a bottom nose marking, or you get rid of that, or you can have both. You can have both at once, but they're not like connected. There's a gap there. You can have them be like individual things. Or if you want a full face marking, which is where it's like completely all the way down, then there's this category. That's quite pretty. There we go. That's fine. Main selection. So there are 3 main options. I thought this would be stuck to the fjord horse, but no, it turns out you could do this to any of them, which I guess makes sense. You can do this mane to any breed, it's just not typical to have it on an Arabian. I'm going to stick with the long mane because that's the one I like the most. Then you can pick your forelock as well. I'm going to stick to the smaller, messy one. There's currently only 1 tail style, but they will add more at some point. I'm liking how my horse is looking. The puzzle piece option here is currently not a thing, but that is where you will be able to pick the horse's personality and potentially their skills as well. So is the horse energetic or lazy? Are they more agile and better for jumping, or are they calm and better for dressage? It's where you're going to be able to pick like what kind of horse, personality and skill wise, you will be able to get, but they haven't added that yet. They're still working on that. And then finally you go to here and you have to, in order to create the horse and finish it and save it, you have to fill all of this in. So let's quickly do that. The other thing, because I've selected a grey horse, the age will affect that, which is how it works for real horses as well. She's got a black base coat, so when she was born, she would have been a black foal, and then as she gets older, she gradually turns more and more grey, so like a more white colour. It's so cool. But yeah, I'm going to say that she's just a baby for now. She's going to be just 5. And this is the horse we're going to go along with. So we're going to create her, and then she appears on the front screen. It's all very nice. So now we're going to click play and load into the game. So when you first load in, sometimes it's weird. Sometimes it will load in third person. This is new, by the way. We're getting third person while being dismounted, which is really cool. I was so pleased when I first loaded in and this is how it looked. I was like, yes, finally. First things first, the controls while you are a person is very annoying. For me personally. Some people prefer it this way, but basically the keys are not relative to where the camera is facing, if that makes sense. So let's say I'm facing the camera this way and I press W, I would expect to head towards the stable and back towards my horse. But actually I just walk away and I have to press S to go backwards. This is annoying. This bothers me. So to fix that, I press B and you'll notice I flipped around there. The camera now, just by moving the mouse, I automatically turn with the camera. And so now, when I press W, I just walk ahead of myself. I much prefer this way, so for while I'm on the ground at least. So I always press B to make it go this way, but if you prefer the other way, you can just switch. I find it really annoying though when I don't move the way the keys are directed. It's really annoying. You can also, since we're talking about the third person aspect, you can switch back to first person by simply pressing tab. This is how it used to be. This is, anytime you load it in, it would just look immediately like this, and there was no third person mode. But now we get the option. We can go from first to third. So that's exciting. What else? So shift while you're on the ground is still sprint. That's still how that works. Control is still crouch, which still looks so funny. God, it's so weird. Yeah, the rest of the human controls, as far as I know, are still the same. But getting on the horse is where things get a little bit different. So now that I'm on the horse, I prefer the other camera mode. The one where it's not linked to the camera, if that makes sense. So you'll notice there's a little indicator in the bottom left that says how fast you're going. So currently I'm halt. I'm not moving. I'm halted. But if I press W, I start walking forward, and you'll see there's a little line, a little white line that moves to indicate how fast I'm going. If I want to go faster, I hold down W. If I want to go slower, I hold down S. And to stop, I have to... There's a red line there. If I put the bar behind it and press space, I will stop. And then I simply hold W to go forward again. If I want to go into trot, I put that bar past the yellow line and press space, and I will start trotting. This is new. This did not used to be how it worked. You can still use the old method. The old method was that you would hold W and tap shift and you would start trotting. This doesn't work anymore. You can't do that. But if you hold down W and press space, then it will go to trot. There is a delay. That was very delayed, but it does still work. If I want to go down to walk again, I hold S, press space, and I'll go down to walk, and then to go into trot again, space, to canter, space, hold S, space, back to trot. And doing it that way means you don't have to have the indicator in the line to get it to go up or down a gear. You can just do it the exact same as it was before. It's just you tap space now instead of shift. But it works exactly the same as it did originally. So you can choose whichever option you prefer. A lot of people struggled with the controls before. I always found it very easy to just tap shift and go up or down a gear. A lot of people really struggled to get trot, so they would canter and then they wouldn't be able to go back to trot. They would just go straight to walk or stop. And same with like going into walk. People would be like, I want to trot, but then they'd tap it too many times and just go straight into canter like that. I think the problem was the delay. People just thought it hadn't worked, so they'd tap it again, and that would make the horse canter. So yeah, if you were like me and you preferred the old system, you could still do it that way. It's just space now instead of shift. It took a little bit of getting used to, but now that I've been playing around with it, I don't know if I find it easier or not. I find it about the same. It hasn't really changed for me personally. It's just as easy either way. So that's that. There's now also reversing. So if you hold down S, you can go backwards now. Yay, that's really handy actually, because you couldn't do that before. The other way to change gates, there's a third way to change. So you can start in walk, and then if you want to go straight from walk to canter, you can press 3 and the horse will start cantering. Again, there is a delay, but the horse will start cantering. And then if you want to go back to walk, press 1 and you will go back to walk. If you want to trot, press 2. So you can just tap 1, 2, and 3 for the 3 gates. You can do them in any order, doesn't matter. The horse will do all of them. It's really just a matter of preference. It's whichever method you find easier. I personally find the original method of just holding the buttons and then tapping shift or space now as it is the easiest one. But if you struggled with that, you can just rely on the indicators in the corner to make sure your little bar is where it needs to be. I will say it's no good doing a dressage course using just the indicator method though. You can't get fast enough to do the gates quick enough, basically. You have to rely on the 1, 2, 3 system or the space system. But there are now 3 ways to change gates, and it's really just up to the player, whichever method they find the easiest to do, which I think is fair enough. It's nice that there are choices for people, so that people aren't locked to a certain way, especially if they like struggle with it. The other thing with moving is if you want to stop immediately, instead of going back through every single gate to get back to halt, you can just press X, and no matter how fast you're going. This kind of made me laugh. Oh, the animation is a bit laggy there. Oh, there's a wall there. One moment, let me find some flat ground. You could be galloping at like full speed and then just hit X and you stop dead. Needs some work, needs some animations adding, I think. But still, I appreciate that being a feature. So we're going to go back up here because there's one more thing to do with the controls. So before, Piaf, I forget. What is happening? Why am I gliding? Okay. Piaf before was holding control while in walk. that does nothing anymore. That's not how you do it. You have to hold shift and tap 1 while in walk, and that will put you into, there we go, that will put you into PF. You don't have to hold it down anymore. Before it was like you just had to hold down control, and then as soon as you let go it would stop. Don't have to do that anymore. To stop, you simply make sure the indicator is behind, slow all the way down, press space again, and you'll stop. But yeah, it's now shift 1 for passage if you're moving, and then if you want to go back down to PF, you have to hold down S, and then press space and you'll stop. You can also do shift 2, I think, to go straight into passage from standstill. But if you want to go straight into PF from standstill, it's shift 1. Again, first person is now a thing on horses. You can press tab, and that will put you in first person. The camera is too high. It looks fine actually on PF, but when I go back into a normal walk, you'll notice the ears are very low. They know, they're aware. The devs they really struggled, I think, with adding first person to get the camera in a decent spot. And that's why it still looks a bit funny, but you can move your head around. You can't move side to side, it's locked in this position, but you can move the mouse up and down to move your head. If you want to look side to side, you hold the left mouse button and you can look wherever, but if you let go, the camera just swings back to here. So I'm going to press tab and go out of first person mode. There is a bug, it's not doing it right now, but there is a bug where sometimes if you've gone into first person, wherever you turn the camera, the character's head will like follow. So if I'm facing the camera this way, the character's head will be facing, like, looking in this direction. It didn't happen this time, but that does happen. That's another thing that the developers are aware of. That's not supposed to happen. If you are still a bit confused about what everything does, you simply press escape. This is all of the controls for when you're on the ground as the person. But if you go to options, controls, it tells you everything I've just been over down here. The only thing I haven't talked about is the turning, which I'm going to go do right now, because there's now a new turning feature. So we're going to go do that. Ah, here's the glitch with the head. It kind of just looks snaps to looking all over the place wherever you put the camera. It looks pretty goofy. This is not not meant to happen. They're going to fix that. We're going to go over to the jumping arena and leave it empty for a minute, just while I show off the new turning thing. Oh, the other thing. I'm on the wrong lead in here. Before, to change, it was Q. It is now C to change. I'm still not sure how I feel about that. I think I do find it a little bit easier, actually, to switch with C, especially during jumping courses. It feels much easier. Anyway, the reason I'm in an empty arena for the moment is if you look back at the indicator in the bottom left, right at the bottom there's a dot with little arrows. If I press A, the left arrow lights up, and that's to indicate that I'm turning left. And if I press D, I'll switch leads, the right arrow lights up to say I'm turning right. So you'll notice it's only the first two arrows. I hold A, just one. I hold D, just one. To get both, and you'll notice if I zoom out, holding down D, this is a tight circle. If I want to do a wide circle, I hold down D and tap A, and that lights up the second arrow and puts me on a very wide circle. Makes the turning much wider. And then to go back to a normal turn, I simply tap D again, tap A, puts me on a big bend. You can also do this the other way. Let me change leads. So holding A puts me on a tight circle, tapping D and still holding A puts me on a wide circle. Very wide circle. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think this might be the other bug that they were talking about, where the turn is a little bit too wide, potentially. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. But I think it is meant to turn a little bit more than that. But anyway, yeah, that's a new turning thing that they've added. So you can do wide circles or small circles. My horse has been running for a while. I should probably give it a break. The other main thing, people are always like, why is there no tack? How do I get tack? You have to... The best way to explain it would be if you press L, this will bring up your quests. You can do them in any order. Every time you complete one, another one will load in. We're going to do the jumping ones first. So complete show jumping course 1. Press L again to get rid of that screen. To do the show jumping, you simply come over to this. Oh, interacting with stuff is now F and not E. It used to be E, but now it is F. That's another change. We can ignore the training courses for this. We're going to go straight to jump course 1, which is the one it tells us to do. We're going to activate and click play. And then you simply see the arrow is pointing us to that green space over there. I'm on the correct lead. Excellent news. And we're going to just do this first course. Nothing has really changed for this. Actually, I lie. It has. I'll do the course and then I will show what I'm talking about at the end. I went the wrong way, I think. I did. That's what I wanted to show. Okay, so there is a refusal animation now. I went too fast there and messed that up. You still can't fail the jump courses. You literally just have to get to the end of it and it still counts as a success. I'm sure that they'll make it so that you have to do it perfectly at some point, but that's not really a priority at the moment. Whee! Okay, and now that we've completed that, if we go to I, it opens the inventory and you'll see that we got a saddle pad for doing that. And it'll say down here, completed quests. The more of these you do, the more tack items you get. So we're going to do the second one now and hopefully get a saddle. I do wish they would make it so you can close down all of the menus by simply pressing escape. You have to press whatever key you pressed originally to open it. It's really annoying. I wish all of them would just close by pressing escape, but it doesn't work like that yet. I'm sure it will at some point, but not yet. We're going to do the second course so that just so I can get a saddle. I'm on the correct lead. I do just want to, before I start it, I do just want to show the refusal animation properly. So if you go too fast, the horse will say, no, not doing that. There was a delay there. That happens sometimes. Sometimes it's smooth and it looks fine. Other times there is a, oh, whoops. Oops. Other times there is a delay and it looks a bit funky. Like that. I think it depends how fast you're going. If you go like mega speed, like as fast as you can, then there's more of a delay. If you're going like just slightly too fast, yeah, see, if you're going like just over the limit, it's pretty smooth. Maybe not. I don't know. They need to tweak that a little bit, but still, the fact that there are refusals now is cool. Oh, where did my course go? Oh, I forget. If you take too long to start it, it just resets. I forgot that that's a thing. Let's go activate it again then. Okay, let's actually get a saddle now. I'm gonna actually try and remember to change my canter leads this time. Like, I'm gonna actually concentrate and do this properly. I was too busy, like, talking before. I'm quiet now because I'm actually concentrating. Oh, yep, that's another thing that happens sometimes that they need to... Where's the next jump? I don't know where I'm going. I got just too distracted by gliding through that jump. I didn't actually look where I was meant to be going. I think it's this one? Yeah, it is. And then it's that one. Yeah, that's another thing that it sometimes happens, but not very often. It's a weird one. They are aware that that happens sometimes. They'll fix it. It's not really important just yet. Did I finish that course? Well, that was way quick. So I again, and now I have a saddle. Okay. Removing tack in the game currently isn't really a thing. You can do it, but you can't do it within the game, if that makes sense. So to remove tack, currently you have to go to the escape menu, go to options, and just where it says hide saddle, just click that and then press apply and it'll get rid of the tack. And you can do this for all the tack if you want. I'm not going to, but currently that's the only way to have it not show up. They will obviously make it so you can just go to the inventory and take stuff off that way, I guess. But for now, that's how you do that. And now I have a tacked up horse. And again, obviously, if I want more tack items, I just keep doing these. Should we attempt a dressage test? Maybe. Oh, I know what I might try. I haven't attempted to do dressage in first person yet. That's like the only thing I haven't tried to do. So maybe we'll do that. So to do dressage, we simply head over to the dressage arena, which is down here. Go to this notice board and press F. Oh, I accidentally dismounted. Oh no, is this going to be a problem? Can I get back on the horse? Yeah, the only thing I'm like sometimes worried about is that if you get off the horse too close to this board, because F is interact with everything, sometimes it's really difficult to get back on the horse because it just keeps interacting with the board instead. So we're going to do the training course because that is the first one that actually counts in regards to this. They have added a new, I think there's one new dressage course, maybe? Let me just... Okay, the reversing is very slow. I'm glad that it's there, but it is very slow. Ah yes, Dressage course 4. There is actually a new one. Maybe I should try that. I don't know if I've tried the new one yet. But anyway, we're going to do the first one, just to demonstrate. I know I said I'd do this in first person, so give me a minute. I haven't tried doing this yet. Ooh. Turning is very sharp in first person somehow. I do wish I could turn the head without having to hold the mouse. I think they should toggle that. I think that should be a toggle that you can do. Is dressage easier in first person? It might be. Okay, yeah, going straight into canter is a little bit trickier now. It used to be too easy to do, and now it's like... Oh. No, I think dressage is actually harder in first person. It is easier to tell how straight you're going, though. Definitely. It's definitely easier to see how wonky you are. I'm going way too fast, but I'm just trying to get through it. Again, you can't really fail these. Oh, too fast around that corner. Yeah, doing this in first person, you can definitely see how unstraight your lines are. It's much easier to follow the line in... Well, I say it's easier. It's easier to know how you're not following the line. There's a lot of transitions for this section. I really like the first person mode. I wasn't that bothered about it. I don't play games in first person. I always use third person. But I really like how first person looks on this. It's just relaxing. God, it's actually so nice. The only thing I will say about the dressage courses is they're a little bit long. But that's not really their fault. That's there we go, we did it. Yay! But like, it's not really the dev's fault. Like, dressage tests are just long. Like, they do just go on for a while. I got a dressage saddle for doing that. It doesn't really work on this saddle pad. I mean, it kind of does a little bit, but this is clearly a jumping pad, so we're gonna stick to the jumping saddle. And again, if I go to my quests, it will now tell me that I've done that, and tell me to do the next one. But I'm not going to. I will do those later in my own time to get all of the tack again. For now, we're gonna go have a bit of a run around the world. I really like first person. Oh, the other thing, jumping in first person is a little bit iffy. So it works, but the horse's head just completely disappears. They know this is another camera issue. Like I said, they had a lot of trouble implementing the first person camera on the horse. They're gonna fix it. They just need to figure out. They're probably gonna have to, while in first person, there's a chance they might have to disable the head. I don't know how they're gonna do that for multiplayer though. Like, if you're disabling the head of the character, how are people in multiplayer gonna see that? I don't know. I don't know how other games do it. The problem is, I don't know if I'll get it to do it. Sometimes, if you go too fast in first person, it's not happening now, but sometimes you can actually see... Oh, I kind of got a glimpse of it there. But like, sometimes the player head like bobs into focus, like on screen, and it looks really weird. I can't get it to do it now. Yeah, sometimes if you're running too fast, you can like see glimpses of like the eyes and the face of the character clipping into frame. But yeah, they know it's not perfect. It's functional though, which is what they're trying for at the moment. At the minute, they just want stuff to be functional. They will tweak and improve stuff later once everything is like actually in the game. They just need to get stuff in and make sure it's working relatively well at first. I'm in the out of bounds zone. So technically this part of... Oh, I pressed... What am I doing? Hello? How did I... What? What is this? I don't know what I just did. I pressed space. I was trying to slow down. The indicator is telling me I'm not doing anything. It's not even saying halt or anything. Am I stuck? Oh my god, can I... Hello? Oh, that's a bug. That's a bug. Okay. I am stuck. I can't move. Huh. Oh, there we go. I fixed it by pressing escape. Okay, that's a new bug. I need to clip that and report that. I don't know what I did. I pressed space to... I was trying to slow down. I was cantering and I was trying to slow down and I just hit space a bunch of times. That's weird. Okay, that was fun. So this part of the map you're not meant to be in. It says, beware, the area beyond this point is a work in progress. So basically, the main part of the game is in this within this zone, behind these walls and fences. You're supposed to stay in here. You can go and explore. They haven't made it impossible. That's why these signs are here, to say, hey, this stuff out here is not finished. So you can obviously ride outside of all of this and go exploring, which is what I'm going to do because I want to show off the new water. They've changed the water effects. I completely forgot to mention the lighting. Oh my god, it's so pretty now. I completely forgot to mention it. I'm so used to it already. Yeah, we're no longer in Spain as they described it. It was so orange before. And also I feel like a lot of people complained that the colours were too glaring and bright in your face. The sun is still very bright though. Like, look at that. That's crazy. They'll probably tweak that a little bit more. But the actual lighting effects for everywhere, it's so pretty now. Like, oh, it's so much softer. Here we have the water. Look how pretty the water is now. At least the still water. The running water is still a bit funny looking. We won't talk about that yet. But look how pretty the still water. I say still water. It's not still. It's rippling. But look how pretty it is. It looks so much better now. I don't know if swimming is going to be a thing in this game. I really hope it is. Obviously there's no water effects yet, and the water isn't like a physical thing yet. It's just a visual. But look how... Oh my god, it's so nice. I really like the water effect. I can't wait till they add like sound of like splashing sounds and like actual water particle effects and things. Oh, it's gonna be so good. And I really hope swimming is a thing. Like, even if it's only a little bit, like even if you can only go like, I don't know, like maybe like it starts swimming here and you can only sort of go this deep, and then there's like a, I don't know, the horse just automatically turns around when you go so far. But yeah, it's so... I love the new water. It's so pretty. Anyway, the point is, this part is not finished. This part of the map. I think they're going to change the map completely again, actually. I saw in the devlog that they released, they were talking about making the actual game map. I thought this was the actual game map, but no, this is just like an environment for them to test the nature effects, basically like the trees and the grass and all the little details of the environment. It was just for them to test how it worked, like the water and stuff, adding water and how that worked and everything. But yeah, they're actually working on the official main map now, from what I understand, and this is just a placeholder. I thought this was gonna be like the main... I did it again! What did how did I do that? It happened again! I genuinely don't... Did I press A? Is that what happened? Okay, if I have to fix it by pressing escape. I'm trying to figure out why that's happening so that I can better is it because I pressed A and shift at the same time? A and S at the same time? A and D at the same time? I have no idea how I'm causing that. All I know is that I'm galloping and then I go to try and like... Is it because I'm pressing X? No? The delay in the walk animation is so funny. Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how I'm doing that. I really need to figure it out so I can properly report that. I'm gonna head back to the main part of the map. Oh, there we go. That's the face thing I was talking about, where sometimes the face just clips through the screen at full speed. If you slow down, it stops doing it. But if you speed up, there's the face. I don't know why that happens sometimes and not other times. Is it when the terrain isn't flat, potentially? I don't know. It does ruin the vibe a little bit. To have that happen. So we're going to ignore first person for now. Oh, the elbow's broke again. That's another thing that happens. The elbow's just snapping all over the place. Oh, it's still doing it. That's really annoying. I thought it might fix if I stopped. Okay, well, I'm glad I was able to show it though, so that people aren't like, oh, this is happening. They know it's happening. It's all stuff they need to look into. It's the camera positioning. They need to tweak it slightly. Right, I need to find a way back in. This is the tricky part, trying to find a way back into the main area. I am so excited for this game to be, like, finished. The full release for this game is scheduled to be somewhere around 2026, 2027-ish. I would say closer, like, somewhere in 2027 is more likely. See what I mean about the flowing water? It doesn't look as nice as the still water. It just looks a bit weird. Maybe they need to figure out a different effect for flowing water. Maybe use a different kind of asset for flowing water. But keep the still water one. I really like the rippling effect of that. Okay, head back. Oh! I just remembered something else that's different now. The barn interior has changed very slightly. It's not super obvious. Halt. Let me dismount. I forget how. F. Oh, yeah, there is no dismount animation. So you just kind of, whoop. Oh, it's funny. That's something they need to add at some point. Again, it's not really important. It's just visual. It's not actually adding anything. Oh, there's a horse there. An L-test. Oh, I deleted all my save data, so I'm gonna have to find them all again. Oh, I found all of them. There's 24 of them, I think. I'm gonna have to go find them all again. Oh, okay. Oh, jumping. You can't jump forward, you just sort of jump backwards? That's weird. Okay. Maybe that's something else I should I should mention to them. Anyway, the whole point of me being in here, the stables are different. The doors, the stable interior. Is the roof different? I can't actually tell. I don't remember what it was like before. I just know it didn't look like this. Oh, I'm in my own head. Yeah, I just remember it didn't look like this. It looks really good now. I still think the floor isn't quite right. I'm not sure what it is about it I don't like. I don't know. Why am I running like that? Have I not got the right... wrong camera controls. I forgot to press B. That's why I was running awkwardly. But yeah, the floor is weird. I don't know how I feel about this floor texture. But the rest of it's good. You can actually see a little bit better inside these places now. I'm so excited for this game, man. A lot of people are like, oh, there's nothing to do. It's like, yeah, it's an early access game. It's not finished. The sun is too bright. I think that's the only thing I really... Oh, trees. It's the only thing I really have to say right now. The sun is just too bright still. Right, well, I think that was everything. I can't think of anything else. Let me just check the controls, make sure I didn't forget anything. Pet horse. Oh, yeah, the petting horse thing. Petting the horse doesn't really work. The animation is not in the right place. It's a bit uncentered, but again, it's not important. It's just a little visual thing. It's fun that you can do it, even if it doesn't quite work. It says controlled hold is control and X, but I just pressed X. I didn't press control. What does pressing control and X do then? Is it the same thing? Does it look different? Control X. Oh! Oh, okay. If you just press X by itself, you get the hard slam of just stopping immediately. Pressing Control X, you gradually slow down and then stop. Okay. I completely missed that. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Follow the road. That doesn't work. T. Oh, it's T now. It used to be V. I suppose just for the last bit, I'll show the new training course that they've added. Training course 2 is the new one. This is a little bit broken. I think they're going to bring out a fix for it today. The only bit that doesn't really work is these 3 jumps here. They're too close together, so getting the striding to them is like pretty much impossible. You just go through them. They're gonna fix that very soon. I think that, like I said, they're gonna fix that today, in fact. The only other one is this angled jump, which is fine in concept, but because of the way the game currently controls, there's no animation for the horse to turn while jumping, so it always snaps to a straight position, which means making these angled jumps, like turning on an angle, isn't possible. In concept, this is fine, but yeah, it's really difficult to do that. So yeah, these 3 are getting fixed. That might get fixed. The rest are fine. These blue ones can be a little bit dodgy, but as long as you're like approaching them slow enough, it's fine. See, that happens where you just like run through them. It tends to happen when the jumps are too close together. If you're going slow enough, you have to be going like comically slow though. So yeah, maybe. I don't know if they'll fix that. I haven't seen anybody mention that one. But anyway, yeah, that is Astride. That is what's coming up very soon. This game's like, it's coming along. It's getting there. It's very slow, but like, to be fair, it's the first time this team have ever made a game. I think they're doing pretty well, to be honest, considering everything and the fact that they had to scrap everything at one point and start over. I think that it's coming along pretty nicely. Can't wait until we actually get proper gameplay. Like, at the minute, this stuff's fine, but there's no objective, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, there's like little quests, but there's no like, what am I actually doing here? Like, what's the point? I don't know how to word it properly. Like, it's fine, and I know it's all coming, so I'm not gonna like be like, oh, there's nothing to do, because I know they're working on it. They're working on it actively as well. They post stuff all the time. They're very active on Discord. They release devlogs every month explaining what they've been working on for that month. They're very active as a development team, and they communicate very well with their following. But yeah, anyway, I'm pretty pleased with how Astride is coming along. Oh god, it's so pretty. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much everything there is to talk about. With there we go. It works while standing still, kind of. But yeah, that is Astride. This is all coming in a future update. This is not the current version of the game. The Arabian isn't available yet. Some of these jump courses, some of the dressage courses aren't available. The controls are currently different to what they will be when this comes out. That's everything I have to talk about. I'll probably post more Astride videos, because I really can't wait to see how this game develops and what it eventually becomes. I've been following it since it first came out. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like I said, I will probably do more Astride videos in the future. Maybe some other games as well. I kind of want to do some Wolf Quest videos. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts on Astride are. It's had a bit of a rocky start, but I think it's getting there. So yeah, see you all in whatever I post next. Bye!